the Ape Man.
If I ever had a child, I would be bringing chastity belts back like you would not believe. Get a card from the doctor so he can walk through metal detectors at school with no problem, or she. Listen to me, if it's a she, fucking card for the staples that the doctor's going to put in and the catheter so she can pee.
Wow.
Happy 18th birthday. Your staples can come out.
And now, live on the fabulous interweb. This is...
And welcome, everybody, to another edition of PTR Radio here on the fabulous interweb. That's right. It's Monday evening, the 31st, and we are here again. It's been 2 weeks, and, it's time to just have fun and relax and take it easy for a few weeks, or a few hours at least. It's your friends, Shaggy, Mike, and Colin. I haven't even mixed a drink yet either. So it's only going to get worse from here on out.
Oh, yeah.
So
yes, it is.
Anyway, we are going to be mixing a drink here shortly as soon as we get through with the introductions and let you guys know how you can tune in, chime into the show. But we hope everybody had a chance to check out the recipe that we posted earlier and that you have all your ingredients ready. We will be doing that here in just a little bit. But Mike is evidently listening to his phone. Is there an important message?
I'm listening to the stream to make sure everything's cool.
Okay. All right. We do have our toy on, so you can get in touch with the show at PTR Radio on your favorite messengers and Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, Insta, whatever you want to do. And just chime in on the broadcast if you're watching us. Mike will be taking an eye on those, and you can have your 30 seconds of fame up on the stream if you chime in and he deems you worthy enough to show. Or your last name ends in Blair.
Always.
So, so.
Oh, Lordy Lord.
It's been one of those days. I actually said to someone, Mike, it's days like these that make me want to, learn new cocktails and keep going. So. Oh. But it.
I never even thought to look if... Is it on here? No. It's not. This is one of those old school, or somebody got this for me where, like, you could spin it and... oh, wait, it is. Huh.
So for those that didn't check out, we are making a sidecar in just a little bit. And you can mix along with us if you're so interested. But we have to do a little bit of preparation before we do that. So Colin kicked this all off a couple weeks ago when he said, I have this big book, this giant book of drinks that we can make. Yeah. And he said, I will come, he said, I will come up with a drink for every show. And then the next show.
Wait, I'm pretty sure I didn't say that. I said I got this book. I think you came up with the idea, Shag.
I said, you have a book full of hundreds upon hundreds of drinks. We could use that to have a drink a night forever. And you said, yeah, we could. And, then why is Mike using tools on a cocktail shaker?
Okay, look. You see how it's got like the little spinny?
Yeah.
It's a two-piece thing. And it just so happens that there's the arrow.
Uh-huh.
And right there is a sidecar.
Uh-huh.
But, there. See? I loosened it up. Okay.
You should not have to use power tools to drink.
No, I absolutely should not.
Or hand tools. No tools should be involved in making a drink unless it's a blender. Or actually, hold on, a corkscrew? Or...
not even close to what we're doing, but okay.
A peeler? Or... All right, let me correct that. You should use tools in order to drink, because it turns out there's a lot of them involved in making a drink. So, yeah, break out the the Craftsman when you drink.
And that was the problem with my book of drinks, because every drink in there required like 18 different ingredients, and that was way too much to tell everybody to do.
So I have a little bit of a story here.
Okay.
When Shaggy sent out the list of the drinks we were possibly going to try, there was a whole bitch, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it seemed like
every
it.
single drink was going to require a trip to the liquor store because, we're simple people.
Well, yeah.
If it doesn't come in a can. We typically don't have it.
Okay, so in your mind, our drink of the night, our fancy cocktail drink of the night was going to be Bud Light in a glass.
No, let me finish the story.
We'll put salt in
I
it sometimes.
I go to the damn liquor store by the house because I'm like, okay, and I look in the aisles to see which ingredients, and I'm like, I ain't paying $40 for no bottles of liquor for some drink that I ain't gonna let. But let me remember which ones I looked at. So I go and look for, behind the counter, the airplane bottles. By the time I finally figure everything out, he scans, because I got Kim some Twisted Tea lights, and I got a 12-pack of Reds, and scans the 12-pack, scans the light, scans one of the little bottles, boom, power goes out.
Oh, sweet!
In the liquor store.
Free!
So I'm standing there, and I'm like, okay. And the one guy says, usually it comes back very quickly. Okay. The other guy comes in from the back, gonna be at least 2 hours. Truck hit the pole in the back, and the entire strip mall's without power. This is a bad omen.
It's free. It's free. It's a good omen.
No, this is a bad omen.
Free.
Can we just mix this thing? Because my ice is melting. And
all right, well, hold on, because if we're going to do this, then hopefully that still works. All right, yep, that's good. All right.
Okay, so real quick, Roger looks so jolly tonight, yes, and nice haircut.
Yes. Yes,
Cleaned it up and you cleaned it up nicely. Oh, what in the sand? This is why you were messing around.
Not why I was messing around. I never mess around. We do serious stuff here, Mike. We're serious. So,
I already made my drink.
Yeah. All right, so I cheated partly. So I have ice, shaker. And this is my triple sec and my fresh squeezed lemon juice, because I wasn't about to go buy a thing of lemon juice when I knew I got a bag of lemons. So I'll pour that right in there.
All right. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Yes?
Yeah, we can still hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah. Yep. Hold on. The problem is wireless headphones. The problem is we can't reliable. See you when you. Well, just wait. Hold on. We can fix that.
Stupidest, dumbest idea.
Like this. So.
I knew it. I knew he. See, this is why he wanted to do it, because he wanted to show off his bar.
Yeah.
Hennessy. Well, because I chose to go cognac.
If we're gonna do a bar segment, then we have to do a bar segment.
I ain't measuring that. So, I'm just. You don't keep part of the airline bottle.
I had this. I have no idea.
Christian Brothers brandy. Okay.
Yeah. So you
I have
got
no
that.
idea if it's going to kill me.
Oh, hold on. This gets a little bit better. Hold on. I forgot to hit one more button. So, because this is
I did have real control. Or however you pronounce this stuff.
Cointreau, yes. This is perhaps the.
And then I thought I had lemon, but it turned out I didn't. So I just used more of my Mai Tai stuff from last time.
This is what happens when your wife helps you. You get
So yes.
Twizzler, really? Really?
What?
Okay. All right, you get to show off your little cameras and shit. I have.
Yeah, so you start off with 1.5 ounces of cognac or brandy. So, you know. Or for me, since I'm making 2, I'm going to put in 3.
Why are you making 2?
Well,
Just one of you. Why are you making 2?
there's not just one of me in the house.
Oh.
You know. I share these things. So that's our brandy.
I ain't
Then you
sugar
go for
ribbon.
what has to be the most expensive orange liqueur in the entire world.
It's very difficult to open if it's been sitting around for a while.
The Cointreau, or whatever in the hell you call it.
I had to end up pulling that orange sleeve off the lid to get it to unscrew itself.
So again,
What she
normally
said, is it?
3/4. For me, 1.5. Into there. All right, now it says 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, freshly squeezed. Now we're in a quarantine. So I don't have lemons, but I do have Rose's lemon juice.
Fine.
So, again, doubling 1.5 of that. Very important to keep this stuff refrigerated.
People actually go out and order this? Like, people actually go to a bar and order this. Like, if I didn't see it engraved on this thing, like, I'm still thinking that this is a joke.
No.
If I didn't go to Hennessy's website and actually see that this was an actual drink, I'd think I was getting punked right here, because this is...
Now.
Gah!
Now then you got to get your ice together. Throw some of that in there. You know.
So, none of us have an official sidecar. That's good. I'm not the only one out.
Oh no, mine's official. The only thing mine's an official Hennessy sidecar. Like, I followed the recipe right from their website since I got, Hennessy cognac. But maybe that's it. Maybe cognac. Maybe it's a cognac. But this is. God, does triple sec go bad?
What's important is that you don't put this just into any, room temperature glass.
You spend way too much time. I thought, man, listen.
Chilled glasses.
And you should have just went full screen on yourself, because you put us to shame right now. This is bullshit.
Then, you also...
Look at this shit.
You need to... They say this is optional, but it's never optional. You need to rim your
I don't
glasses.
like sugar rims. Salt rims, sure, but sugar rims, nah.
So...
Frosted freaking glasses.
Just a little bit.
Here I thought I was fancy because I had the little crickety-crack thing here, and no. Why am I still drinking this?
Mine's a Jameson cup.
Then you make a huge mess.
So,
Shaggy's over there making his own thing.
And you don't make them even at all. But that's okay. All right, so...
What do you call a sidecar that uses lime juice instead of lemon juice?
I don't know. A screw up. That's what you make it. Because I grabbed the wrong bottle. But I don't know how it is. And that's the real test. So, Mike, how'd you like yours?
This is disgusting.
He did.
This is absolutely disgusting.
It's not horrible. It actually tastes like a margarita when you use lime juice instead of lemon.
I mean, it's getting better as I go along, but what does that tell you?
So if you want a margarita sidecar, just substitute lemon juice instead, or lime juice instead of lemon juice.
I'm pretty sure that the only way I would ever order this is on a bet. And there better be some serious cash on the table, because this is...
It's not horrible, though. Definitely not horrible. But we won't subject anybody else
pretty good
to this.
I think the Mai Tai mix helped.
You put Mai Tai mix in yours?
Yeah, I didn't have any lemons.
Mm. Okay.
And, you know, the Mai Tai, let's see. This stuff has water, sugar, orange juice, lime juice, and some almond extract. So I got the lime juice like you did, and some orange juice too.
Mm. Well, I can tell you this.
Am I seriously the only one that has like an official like sidecar, like with triple sec, lemon juice, and cognac?
Well,
I think so.
Triple sec is really part of the original recipe.
Yeah, I screwed up and picked the wrong bottle out of the refrigerator, and it was too late.
Yep. It's still fun.
Yeah, it's still a fun thing to do. Now, here's the thing, Mike. To your point about cost. All right. So, my wife actually said, because I said, well, I've got to go to the liquor store because we need some product in the bar. And well, I don't know if you looked at my bar very much, but there's plenty of product at the bar. Okay. I had quite a bit there already, but there were certain things that I still needed. And there are certain things that I didn't realize went bad. You know, like I did not realize vermouth went bad as quickly as it does. I thought, well, it's booze. Must not go bad. Right?
Oh,
it
no,
does.
booze goes bad.
Vermouth definitely goes bad quickly. So, because I thought, well, if we do anything martini, I need vermouth. And so, had to have some of that. And, but, and then I thought, well, if I'm going to, to your point of me going maybe a bit overboard with the cameras, I don't know. Some people say overboard. Some people say the right amount of board. It was just, hey, this would be nice.
So I'm actually impressed that all the audio and everything continued to work with all of that set up, which means there better never be a screw up with audio when it's just the three of us in this format again, because you have just raised the bar, sir. With that being said, one of the drinks that Shaggy suggested was an old-fashioned. I said, that's the only one I flat out said no to. Why? Because I would have... First, I ain't muddling nothing. And I still remember Garth, this Coke's going bad.
Well, yeah, so we went to the liquor store, and I said, okay, well, let's see here. I need some gin, because I don't have any. Although I know I've got a handle of Tanqueray around here somewhere, but I have no idea where the hell it's at. I'm like, so we bought a bottle of Beefeaters. I'm like, I need some vermouth, sweet and dry. I'm like, I don't have any straight bourbon, I don't have any just straight vodka. Well, actually, no, I did have vodka. I've got a 1.5 of Smirnoff running around there. I didn't have any, I didn't have bitters at all. I didn't have any of those. So I had to get some of those. So we were like walking out of the liquor store with her, like she bought like I think 2 12-packs of those seltzer things. And for like $160, and she's like, you don't expect the other guys to buy like this much stuff, do you? And I'm like, no, see, I'm buying for like the run of this thing. I'm like, I don't expect them to do this. But, if they find if we're going to do a drink that they're interested in, then they might buy something. But I did buy you notice I bought the big bottles of stuff because I'm like, hey, maybe I'll find a drink that I like, that'll expand my palate a little bit. It's like I happened to see today, maybe I'll start making gin. I don't know. I might start actually making some gin.
Making gin? What are you, in prison?
No, not toilet wine. Gin's just vodka and juniper berries.
It's a lot more. Wait, what did you say?
Gin.
Yeah.
Vodka and juniper.
There's a lot more to it than just that. But yeah, you can get away with that.
Yeah.
I knew we were in trouble when PTR Radio. How do I not follow you? No, I do follow you. Okay. When you tweeted out or put on Instagram the picture of the bar, I immediately showed Kim and I said, "Do you see this bar? No wonder why he was picking all this ridiculous stuff. I'm surprised he didn't pick like the slow, comfortable screw up against the wall."
Well, you have to understand. There's a lot of stuff.
Which for those who don't know, is slow gin, Southern Comfort, orange juice, vodka, mixed over ice, topped with Galliano.
It does look good.
Mostly stuff. I'd have to buy 4. No, I'd have to buy all the liquor and orange juice.
What, you don't have some vodka running around, or some SoCo running around?
No, I do have vodka. I don't have SoCo. I don't have slow gin, and you don't even have Galliano.
No, I don't have Galliano.
No,
I will say most of my supply of alcohol is not stuff that even Shaggy would have. I mostly have weird things that I've picked up in liquor stores when I went, "Oh, that looks weird. I'll have to try that." And then I try it.
That's how I feel about beer. I'll get the weird beers once, and then I'll decide whether I like it or not. That's the beauty of like craft breweries.
Yeah, see, but I'm not a beer guy. I'm not a beer guy. I'm a liquor guy. Now there's some stuff in my bar. If you want to talk about weird stuff in my bar, there's plenty of weird stuff in my bar. I've got probably 7-8 different kinds of moonshine in my bar right now. That's
not real moon.
Well, they brand it as moonshine.
Old Smoky.
Yeah, and some Doc Carrolltons and some, yes, I have some regular off the shelf moonshine stuff, but it'll still hit you fairly decently. I've got a dozen different Irish back there. I've got, but then I've got the classic stuff too. But most of my stock is in hard liquor because that's what, I drink or have for other people to drink. My wintertime drink used to be Canadian Club and 7-Up. And that's because that's what my dad's drink was. So.
Whoa.
What?
Just real quick. Now, first of all, it's because I was trying to find your picture, so I opened up Twitter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so trending on Twitter right now, Ron Jeremy.
What? Oh, because of the
Ron
sex.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
So let me just say the two things that shocked me. The first one is he's facing 250 years to life in prison. The second one is that the California penal facility actually got matching face covers to go with the orange prison jumpsuits.
Yeah, I saw that. I just see that. He's facing, there's how many total? There's 20 new sexual assault charges.
Yeah, 20 new. So he's facing, I think each one, he had 5 originally. Now he's got 20 more, and that's where the 250 years to life comes from.
Why is this all coming out now? I wonder.
I don't know if I want to go down that road.
I don't know that I want to either.
Because, well, let's not go down that road.
Yeah, no, let's not. Let's talk about something uplifting, like the post office. So here's my view on the post office. My mail used to arrive by 3 o'clock every day. All right, it was like clockwork. I could be certain that my mail was in my mailbox by 3 o'clock. All right,
That's tasty.
or earlier. My mail now arrives at 7:30.
Really?
P.M.
Here's what you got to do. Go ahead.
Go ahead. So we were just,
No, 'cause
so
you
what's going on around here is that they're missing a lot of employees, and so the postal carriers go out, they take mail, and they go back to the main office, and then they pick up the rest of the mail for the ones who don't have anyone to deliver, and then they go back and deliver that mail too.
So the trick is you need to run a business out of your house
I do.
that involves shipping,
Yeah, I don't do that.
because we get our mail no later than 1 o'clock every day, 1 p.m., no later. And that's because they have to come and pick up the outgoing shipments.
Yeah, but widget sales are down.
That's because you're not selling the right widgets.
No, I haven't found the right plans for widgets yet.
Widgets are out. Now it's Wonkadoos.
Ugh,
You got to keep up with the trend, pal.
man.
So what? So okay. So I guess you're talking about this last one that you said in Colorado.
Well, I mean, just in general, I was kind of talking about it, not specifically the Colorado one, but just in general. So, and correct, I have a problem, and you guys are more learned on the subject than I am. Okay, so, and I don't mean to make this political, but I want to know some logic here. All right, so educate me on this. All right.
You've had a lot to drink. You tried that drink before today. Go ahead.
A business is losing money, all right, due to overtime and or not making enough money due to overtime and too many employees and yada yada, right? So you save money by removing automation? I don't understand that part.
Here's the bigger issue, Shaggy, because none of that actually has anything to do with the post office and money. Okay? So what's going on at the post office is that there's a law that says that they have to fund 75 years worth of the retirement for postal employees.
Right, the pension.
In 10 years.
Right. Which is...
So they have to completely fund the pension for 75 years in 10 years. Okay? So in reality, the post office is making billions of dollars. But because of the stupid law that says that they're supposed to be, doing everything in 10 years instead of 75 years, then on paper, they're losing money.
Right.
When they're really rolling.
But to play devil's advocate to that, because some people would say, well, you don't need to fund that much of the pension. To play devil's advocate, look at what happened when we underfunded the pension for Illinois state workers.
Shaggy.
So Illinois state workers aren't funded even for the current year.
Yeah.
But we're talking, and now, Colin, I remember the numbers, but I don't remember if it's million or billion. But so if I'm incorrect, I think it's million. They have 45-ish. No, it's got to be. Is it billion or million?
I mean, how much money they have on hand?
Yeah.
I think it was $1 billion. I think they have a huge number of billions of dollars on hand.
So they have $45 billion on hand in the pension fund. But because of this law, the law states that they are supposed to have $75 billion. And that is why, even though they get no government funding, they are under an unfair law that says they have to fund. So instead of spreading out that additional $30 billion over 75 years, the law, as it was written, says that they only have 6 more years to.
Well, you're already behind. That's the reason why they're in the red, because they're already behind.
Right.
I don't know how many years are left, but they're already.
If you repeal that law, the post office becomes profitable overnight with no government assistance and no rate increases.
Correct.
Okay, and is their pension system solvent?
Yes. Right now they have the thing funded. See, right now they're funded so that everybody who currently works for the post office, their pension's already paid for. They're in trouble because they have not fully funded the pensions of people who have not even started working for them yet.
Okay. Okay, so let me ask a question. All right, so by removing, but aren't you making the problem worse by removing automation and therefore having an increase, needing to increase your future work staff required because you removed the automation?
Nothing about the removing automation makes any sense whatsoever.
Right.
Okay.
Regardless of pension or not. That's just a spiteful ass move, is what it is.
Okay. All right. All right, because that's what I was getting at, because it didn't make sense to me that the argument for removing the automation was to save money. Because that just didn't fly with me at all, that saved money. Never in the history of never has removing automation saved money. It's put people out of work. Well,
not every post office has the type of automation that the post office in Truro, Massachusetts has. That being run by aliens.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
And they're very easy to please.
Yeah. So, we need
cigarettes, coffee, and...
So what you're saying is we need to hire more aliens.
As in...
Yeah.
Aliens.
Well, particularly those are...
Men in Black reference, in case anybody hadn't gotten it yet.
So, all right.
I know we get people that listen in and they hear like 30 seconds and all of a sudden, oh my God, you're political. No, I'm talking about a movie. A movie, people.
So...
Not talking about illegal aliens. We're talking about aliens, men in black.
Well,
aliens
but those
do it in the machine with
But
Mike,
those are illegal aliens. Those are undocumented.
They're under the protection of men in black.
But those are undocumented aliens, Mike. The government doesn't know about those.
The entire agency was undocumented.
Oh my God! It must be a deep state conspiracy, Mike.
Good Lord, it's QAnon all over again.
Oh, are you a member, Mike?
If I was, I couldn't tell you. That's stupid. What is this shit now? I can't be on Twitter. Okay, so instead of your damn drinking game.
I love mixing a drink at the beginning of the show before I've had dinner. This is great.
I know exactly what we're going to do next.
Okay.
We're going to play Truth or Dab.
Excuse me? I'm not into drugs.
I will. Oh, no, this is. Ha ha. Yes, it's not drugs.
Okay.
I just sent y'all a link to the article about it. This is what we're going to do, people.
Okay. This is what we're going to do. Hot Ones, truth or dab?
The home game.
Okay. Are they going to send out samples of hot sauces?
Spoiler, this is what you guys are getting for Christmas.
Ugh.
Just telling you right now. All because Shaggy made me
The
drink the
problem
damn
is,
sidecar.
I'll drink the hot sauce, and then what do we do then?
Ooh. I was actually looking for games.
Loretta Lynn? What the hell?
Yeah.
Happened? Could 2020 get any more screwed up? Loretta Lynn, who's like 172 years old, marries Kid Rock.
I think he married her for the money. No, yeah, evidently they've been joking for years that they were going to get married. And at Loretta Lynn's granddaughter's wedding, Loretta Lynn watched her son Ernest, 69, renew his vows with wife Crystal over the weekend. At the ceremony, her and Kid Rock said, well, the preacher's already here and we already have a party ready, so why not? And, of course, it was posted on Loretta Lynn official Twitter with hashtags, gotta have some fun, 88 and feeling great, tabloid fodder, and hashtag cougar. I have no idea what it was posted with on Kid Rock's Facebook page.
Well, apparently it's not actually.
Well, it wouldn't be legal.
Ooh. You know what? Actually, I'm not going to get. We're not going to get the game because we can come up with our own truth or dab questions for each other. Do you guys watch Hot Ones ever?
No,
Oh yeah,
I've seen clips.
So, the last dab is $30 a bottle.
Whoa. It's a bit expensive.
The bomb, which is typically number 7, and that's the one that gets them, is only $8.79 a bottle.
Yeah, but it tastes terrible.
I don't. You've had it?
It just doesn't taste good. That's what everybody says. It just tastes terrible. What's the point?
Well, no. Shia LaBeouf thought, this one's kind of sweet, and then all of a sudden, it's a Trojan. It's a Trojan horse. That's what it is.
There's a game out there called Snake Oil that I was thinking about getting for us, and it is only because I've heard people play it before. And it's kind of a fun game. It's basically you take, the way that I heard it played at least, there's a second set of cards, and you take 2 cards, and that forms a product, which you then have to give a sales pitch for.
Okay.
So 2 dissimilar words, like the couch potato pillow, or the what was the snake oil cards? I gotta find some examples of what they have. So,
Vibrator?
No. I think there is an adult one, but there is.
We're not going to play the adult one.
Okay. So Hope Socks.
What?
Hope Socks. One card's Hope, and the other card is Socks. So you have to give an infomercial, a 1-minute infomercial for Hope Socks. In fact, here I've got 8 cards here. I've got 8 cards. So Mike, I will pull up a. Let's see here, YouTube.com. I will pull up a 60-second.
I don't know what that means.
No, you're not going to do that one. 60-second timer.
No.
I'm going to pull up a 60-second timer, and we are going to. All right. So when I tell you go, you will give me an infomercial for the murder toilet.
Murder toilet.
Yes, the murder toilet. On your mark, get set, go.
Are you tired of coming home after a night of drinking and hot wings at the bar only to realize that your toilet can't handle what's coming out the other end? Well, congratulations, folks. We have the product for you. It's all black, easy to clean, and it's called the Toilet. That's right. One flush will send anything that comes out of your butthole straight down the drain with no delay at all. You see these toilets in Home Depot with 24 golf balls? No, that's nothing. We can do 24 softballs, people. It's the toilet.
That's 15 seconds. No, you still got 15 seconds. You're paying for it. It's an expensive infomercial.
But wait, there's more. Order now, and we'll throw in the toilet brush. Just pay additional handling charge.
There you go. You want to give it a try, Colin?
No.
I think that would be a fun game to try.
See, now, Colin wasn't part of it, but Shaggy, do you remember way back when we were on that other network and we used to do the Ventrilo shows every once in a while?
Yeah.
And there was a game that J Squared ran that was what was it, debates, I guess? Where you play against each other and then you have to vote. I am undefeated. I went back and listened. I was undefeated in that game.
Yeah, it was called Super
the moral
Debater.
Of the story is if you want to play this type of game, one, don't let me drink first. Two, don't let me go first.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't do that. I'm like, no, thanks. That's okay. I go back to the previous one.
My impromptu sound effects came out there. Good Lord.
But I like this game. I think it could work well for us. I would be
toilet. Wow.
See how that could be fun at parties, Mike? I actually heard the radio show I was listening to that did it actually did the but wait, there's more challenge. So you had a minute for the first one, and then after you were done with your minute, you got to pull 2 more cards and do a 30-second, but wait, there's more. So you had a bonus product.
Okay.
So
see, my thing is, if you'd asked me that one, I would have been so stuck on The Martian. Because he referred to that one, the toilet there, he referred to as the toilet of doom.
You know,
so yeah.
Well, that's okay, Colin. You were going to get the blood grenade.
I don't.
Oh no, my mind went to a bad place with that one. That would definitely have gotten us kicked off of a lot of streaming services if you give me that one. Yeah. And by the way, the Golden Girls bikinis, I don't know if Mama Blair put that out there implying that's what we should give each other for Christmas because, listen, that's not happening. Why did he get up when I said Golden Girls bikinis?
I don't know, but I just Googled Golden Girl bikini, and I found girls in golden bikinis. I didn't find anything that was negative, but, you know.
You might want to turn his camera off or something just to be safe here.
But, yeah. So, oh. Oh, well.
Okay.
What's that?
I see. It's
Golden Girls trivia?
Golden Girls trivia.
See, any way you slice the Golden Girls game.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's pull out a card.
I gotta figure out how to get it open first. Okay, let's go.
I'm gonna mute. So, just so you know.
Okay. Now hold on. We got to introduce this. We got to introduce this right if we're gonna do it.
I just yelled up to the wife that we're playing Golden Girls trivia because we officially have in our house Golden Girls Sunday.
Yeah. If we're gonna do this, we got to do it right. All right, so that's it's our new show opening. New show opening. Yes. We mix a drink. We play Golden Girls trivia. Man, we are the rockiest show ever. Manly. Woo, yeah.
You want to know what the really sad part is?
What?
If we did that every week for a month, and put that out there that was our show. We were doing Drunken Golden Girls trivia.
Biggest podcast ever.
We would probably go viral.
Yeah, I'm sure.
We would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are 4 different types of cards in this game.
We're gonna try it.
There's trivia and dating.
No.
Who wore it? And meme.
Oh, we got to go with trivia. I think we're strongest with trivia.
Okay.
Colin is game master.
Who gave a colleague a cat named Buster that then mauled him?
Who gave a colleague a cat called Buster who then mauled him? I think it can only be one person. It's obviously, that's a sweet thing to do, and there's only one sweet person in the whole cast. So I'm thinking Rose. Yeah, it's got to be Rose.
Yeah, Rose is the answer.
Woohoo! Show points. Colin, you should be keeping points.
Okay.
Freaking keep the points. Jesus Christ.
Okay. Mike.
He's doing the reading.
Mike.
I'll keep the points. Fine.
Mike with breaking up points.
Okay.
All right. We'll do 3 questions a show. That's all we can do. Otherwise, we'll burn it out. 3 questions a show. And
so the dating cards are also trivia cards, or there's trivia about dating within the Golden Girls.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a dating card here.
Okay.
Okay.
Who tried to get their date to go skydiving?
Oh. Well, okay. It's one of 2. I'm thinking it's one of 2, Mike. And I'm actually thinking it's not the one that we think it would be. It would be the one who would be. I'm thinking it's Dorothy. What are you thinking?
I'm going Sophia.
Oh, wow. Okay. You're going completely off. All right. So Mike thinks Sophia. I think Dorothy.
And the answer is Rose.
Ah, damn. We both wrong.
So what we'll do is so that's a dating card. We'll go back to another trivia card.
Okay.
Who appeared in a production of Showboat in high school?
Okay, well, we know that Rose's school stopped at 3rd grade. So it's not her. I know who I'm going with. There's only one that I'm thinking of. Mike, you know who you're going with?
Blanche.
Yeah, I'm going with the same thing. I'm going with Blanche.
It's Dorothy.
Damn.
Son of a bitch.
Damn.
Okay, and then we'll do one more dating card, too.
Okay.
Who dated Dreamboat Tony Delavicio?
Okay.
Sophia.
Yeah, I'm going Sophia, too.
Yeah, it's Sophia.
All right.
Blanche had to give her advice on how to get Tony to fall in love with him real quick because they didn't know if they had a whole lot of time. And so, yeah.
So then I'll show you these other two cards. So this is
Tony
the
Del
Who War
Vecchio.
card.
All right, so
This
that
is a Who War card where they cover up the face. You got to say who it is.
well, that's easy enough.
And these are the meme cards. I have no idea how this works in the actual game.
Ugh, yeah, I have no idea either.
Maybe you just maybe you just read it and you're supposed to guess who it is, but I would have guessed most of these are Rose. So.
Yeah, she was good for memes. All right, so that was.
I'll just read this one and then we'll do that. Now, when you lean over, it looks like somebody's let the air out of your face.
I would say that would be.
Who said it?
Yes.
That would be Dorothy.
No, that was Sophia.
It was Dorothy.
What?
All right. So, folks, you've been listening.
I thought Sophia said that about Dorothy.
No, that would be Dorothy saying it about Blanche. I'm guessing.
Lies and
Yeah, I have no idea.
This has been Golden Girls Trivia.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a
I feel like I need to make another drink.
Don't do it.
It's actually pretty good. All right.
Well, the way that game works is you have these plates,
Okay.
and you get wedges, kind of like playing Trivial Pursuit, that fills in your plate.
Well, let me guess. Wedges of cheesecake.
That's my guess. I haven't found it.
They gotta be wedges of cheesecake, or they just don't count.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like cheesecake.
I don't. I don't care for cream cheese. The only way I like cream cheese is in a butter cake. And that's only because I didn't know that it went in a butter cake before I liked butter cake. But if I know that it's in something, I don't like it automatically.
Yeah, I like cheesecake, but I think a better use for cream cheese is to be used on top of a carrot cake, which is the best kind of cake.
No, it's not the best kind of cake. It's definitely not the best kind of cake.
Here we go.
The best kind of cake is cup, because it is hand-sized and portable.
Okay, then the best cake then would be a carrot cupcake.
No, it is a chocolate cupcake with chocolate icing and chocolate fudge icing inside. Because it's chocolate on chocolate on chocolate.
I would have to disagree with you on that one because it's not a carrot cake. Although I guess you could try to make a chocolate carrot cake, but I have no idea how that would work.
I'm pretending to be a teenage girl when her parents are arguing at the table. Oh my god. OMG, they're just so like stupid and stuff. You know what the best cake is? You guys are both wrong. You know what the best cake is?
Free. Birthday.
Whatever's in front of me, goddammit.
It's free cake. Free cake. Oh.
Or if you're feeling romantic, the best cake is wedding cake.
That's not the best cake. It's not the best cake.
Yeah. Well, technically it was because my sister's wedding cake was a carrot cake.
Did she make it?
Oh, no, she had it made. No, that's just the other sister. I don't remember when McKenna had. She may have had carrot cake too. But
wait, Kenna didn't even make she didn't make her sister's wedding cake? What am I missing here?
So McKenna is much younger than the other two of us?
How much younger? I'm not asking how old she is because that you don't ask a
No,
woman's
I'm trying to-
real age.
I can never remember exactly how.
So
I barely keep up with my own age. She's at least.
wait a second.
Very moist chocolate cake with coffee icing.
Coffee
That is very
icing,
good.
I may have to draw the line at this one. For someone who loves coffee as much, coffee. Listen, coffee is my life's blood, but I don't like coffee flavor in my food.
Well, it's not
So-
coffee flavor. It's actual. They use actual coffee.
What,
So
okay, what does
That
the
gives them
icing
coffee.
taste like?
Icing tastes like coffee.
It's like coffee because it has actual real coffee in it.
It's a food that tastes like coffee.
Yes, but it's not
I don't care
artificial
if it's got
coffee.
real
which is
coffee in
terrible.
it. That just means it's au natural. It's a food that tastes like coffee. I don't get a cup to taste it. I don't want coffee. Anything that tastes like coffee on a fork.
Well, what if it's one of those cupcake, the mug cakes, and then they put coffee flavored icing on it, Mike? Then you're
No.
eating coffee icing out of a mug, and it's closer to coffee for you.
Doesn't matter. It's still on a fork.
Not if the icing's on top, and you can just bite it off.
All right, so lots of bun cakes. And so Kenna was 11 is what I'm reading.
But she's 11 behind me, 8 behind Kate.
Okay. She had an
So I
easy
was
bake oven.
actually right in my head.
Yeah.
But I thought I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was thinking it must have been 88, but I was like, yeah. Anyway,
An easy bake
just
oven
fucking
wedding
made-
cake, that would be funny. That would be hilarious.
Listen, at least I remember she was a baker.
Yes, you did good.
yes. Although she is no longer a professional baker. Now she is a professional state worker. instead.
Was. But she was.
Yes, she was.
Now she's a professional Etsy mask maker and Twitch singer.
That too.
Look at this. I'll show you something. Copy image location.
Ooh,
Look.
that's what we need to do.
Look.
We need.
She could have made this wedding cake in her easy bake oven.
I don't know about all that. Listen, since we're talking about it, this is what we need to do. No, we can come up with phrases right now to give to Kenna to record an official PTR theme song for us.
Yes. So
Colin's looking for the escape route. He's like, no,
No.
he's like, wait, this
is not show
this is.
material. that
He's
I
like,
wanna
wait a
talk
second. This is
about."
my room. My room. There's only one door out of here, and it doesn't lead
My
to
room.
straight outdoors.
I was actually looking for my phone.
Ah,
So yeah, so we have a songstress who could write us a theme song for the show. So what we're looking for is synonyms or adjectives that describe PTR Radio. So what we need to know is
are?
when you
I thought we were looking for like phrases like we have strong feet. Things like we would normally say. that
Well-
she could incorporate into lyrics.
what I was getting at
Colin,
was
you're the tiebreaker.
when you think of PTR Radio, what do you think of? People.
Idiots.
Okay, so that's a word, but I don't think we can just have the song be idiots, idiots. The idiots are on and on the show, idiots. I mean that's
This is the theme to PTR. The theme to PTR Radio. PTR asked me to write a theme song for their radio show. This is the theme to PTR. I'm almost halfway through it. This is the theme to PTR Radio.
I mean it works for Green
At least
Day, but
somebody
I don't know
died.
that it'll work for us.
Uh,
So
That is one of the best theme songs of any show ever done.
Yes.
There, Mike.
You know,
know-
when when it was first on, I thought it was stupid, but now I appreciate it so much more.
The question is, what style do we want, Mike? What
Ska.
Style? Ska? We really want ska?
I don't know. I don't care. K-pop. I don't damn.
I mean, do we want rock or country or blues or heavy metal
Listen,
or funk
here's my
disco
opinion.
or
If-
some reggae
Here's my opinion.
or some baroque?
Somebody is actually willing to try and create a PTR theme song for us based off of minimal input,
chant?
go ahead. All right. So
Your ABC
afraid
song
this
was
was going to
better.
come up. I forgot about this one. So a picture was posted asking for names for a new camper that was purchased and became part of the Blair family.
Yes.
Mhm.
Which
And
I am-
Everybody.
By the way,
Go ahead.
quick aside, quick tangent, because that's us. I need to know the exact model of said camper because I may have found a glaring error in camper selection. Because I only see one model of that camper, which includes a toilet and a shower. So I want to
And
know if it,
not a shower.
okay, because my wife and I have been talking about RVs, particularly about like Class C's, and not that we're going to buy one, but just that we're looking. Not that we're looking, but just that we're, thinking. Not that we're
the
thinking,
Class C is
but that we're
the
dreaming.
Class C is kind of like the oversized van, right?
Yeah, really
Okay.
oversized van. Class B is technically the oversized van. Class C is like the weekend warrior van.
With like the loft kind of.
Yeah, the overcab is what they call it. Yeah,
Right. Okay.
yeah. Class A is like the tour
Okay,
bus.
The Class C is the biggest one you can drive without having a commercial license.
No,
right?
incorrect. Actually, you can drive a Class A without a commercial license
Oh, really?
in just
Yeah.
about all the states. Yeah,
Maybe not
It's
well.
insane, but true.
yeah. It is really stupid, but true.
There you go.
Okay, so the T21 TBHW.
So, anyway, now I got to go to Facebook because I'll be damned if I want to make sure I get it right. So, they were asking for names for the camper because when you have a camper, you must name it, and everybody's getting
Yeah.
all cute.
You
with
need
their
to name it
simple
like
one-word.
you need to name it like college fund or
Okay, so Point
retirement
Dexter,
plan.
Celtic Rover,
And you have to-
Avalon.
And you have to understand, this camper does look a little weird. All right, so it's not. So it's a pop-up camper. If anyone's familiar with that, so it's a pop-up trailer. So, they
Call
inherently
it A-frame or a hard side.
yeah. So this one looks like a TP that has like an embolism. All right, so that's kind of what it looks like, or looks like maybe its mother drank and smoked while it was pregnant. All right, that's what it kind of looks like. I'm just being serious about it for a second.
All right.
But
So TP
you
was actually one of the suggested names. Somebody starts getting cute, says Dartmoor. It was the name of the camp wizards went to in the Goblet of Fire. Okay, Harry Potter reference. Good try. Nice. I am the only one who wrote a theme song to go with it, thinking that this would become an earworm. I suggested naming it Archibald Beresall Camper. Okay?
yep.
ABC. Enough room for Dad and me. One little dog maybe. ABC. This country we will see. Sing it. Dun, 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 dun. Right?
Yep.
Didn't win.
And they were very impressed with the song.
Yeah. Now,
Didn't win, no.
Now, here's my okay. So I am looking at I see a glaring problem with with this trailer. I'm just gonna say right now, and I hope Mom Blair doesn't mind this, but we're gonna bring up a layout of said trailer.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So here is the layout of said trailer according to what I can see on the website. Does anyone notice where the toilet is? It is right next to It's right next to where you eat. So it's like a one-stop shop, really. Okay. It's like I'm going to put it in and 1 foot away I'm going to take it out. All right.
So wait a second. So 33. Okay, it's not far. It's not close enough. I was gonna say if I could reach that stove and fridge from the toilet, so basically put myself into an infinite loop of cooking and cooking, eating, and pooping. That is the perfect scenario when you think about it.
It is the circle of life, really.
Aha.
I mean, they could have just toilets under the cutting board. Oh, that's where I want my toilet, really. When you think about it, that really helps. That really helps with it.
So when the picture popped up, Kim and I were talking about it, and I did not realize until after, when I'm looking at it, that it's a pop-up. I didn't even realize that, because I've seen the A-frame campers that are not pop-ups. They're permanently like that.
Yeah.
The fact that actually like folds, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
I do like that.
Yeah, but it's just here. I will show you. Murder toilet. Here, I'm gonna show you.
Perfect.
She is right. It's under I don't know that I would call it the cutting board. It looks like just another seat, really. And there's no door, there's no privacy. You got to be really you get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and you got to be really comfortable with everybody in the camper. You got to be that's you know,
it's called efficiency.
Efficiency.
So, has anybody ever had one of those dogs that like to try and go in a litter box when the cats got done and thinking they're like little Tootsie Rolls? So I'm just thinking about this with the murder toilet. If you did have a smarter, medium to large sized dog, this could turn into a disaster. Just saying.
Yeah.
But what I did say also was like when Kim and I go to Maine, that kind of trailer would be perfect, because really it's just a place to sleep. Like we have we have the kitchen and all. There's not enough room in the house for all of us and the dog. So really it's just a portable bedroom.
Yeah.
And it's more of an emergency toilet that is a daily.
Listen, if anything I learned from Blue Collar Comedy Tour, the second one, because yes, I did watch it, and good look. They had one rule: you sit at the rest stops, but you stand on the bus. Think about it. Rule applies to the murder toilet. You know, whether you want to or not, from now on, Mama Blair, that is going to be the murder toilet. And in fact, Shaggy, can you pull that picture back up real quick?
Sure.
The one you just showed. So, in honor of the naming convention, Butterstown Gifts will be very happy to provide a permanent decal to go on the underside of the cutting board that says "Murder Toilet."
I'm sure all who visit will be very happy to see that.
Well, here's the problem, Mike. So that piece of wood there you see on the back of the toilet, that actually is a flap that when you fold it closed, that actually goes in front of the whole thing. So the actual part that goes above the toilet is always behind that flap. Otherwise, it's a good idea.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, when that thing is closed, you don't know the toilet's there.
Oh no!
Oh
we
no!
know.
You know. Trust me. My parents used to have a pop-up, and we had a chemical toilet. In fact, we still have it in the basement. All right, it's got a little the collapsible
trailer
water
in your
bottles.
basement?
No, we still have the chemical toilet in the basement because it was one that's removable. And you trust me. There ain't enough chemicals in the world.
Now, okay, so Shaggy, when you're doing your dreaming with your wife, I would suggest not a motorhome. I would look at fifth wheels.
That means I got to buy a truck. That means I got to have a truck. And no, I kind of like the idea of a Class C. Just buy all my groceries.
About fifth wheels. What my big question about fifth wheels is does the receiver have to stay in the bed of the pickup all the time?
No.
Okay.
Most dealers will actually tell you yes, though. It's a pain in the butt to take it on and off.
Well, because what you can do is you can get what's called a Reese. I spent way too much time looking at videos because my parents were looking at these things. There's a thing called a Reese Goose Box. And what it does is it lets you use so basically you have a ball. So the ball that you would usually have on the back of a truck, you have one just like it, but in the middle of the bed. And with the Goose Box, it just attaches to that ball.
Right.
So you never have that huge fifth wheel hitch in the bed of your truck.
Right, but that.
Okay.
But it's not.
That ball has to stay.
Yeah,
and
the ball has to stay.
Something, the ball is in the middle.
Correct.
It just comes off. That comes off real fast.
Okay.
You basically just have to make sure you have a torque winch with you. So, but anyway, here's the reason I was going to say that, Shaggy. Actually, there's a YouTube video I'll send you because it was. So, a guy was showing off. It was a 2013 $130,000 fifth wheel trailer.
Mm-hmm. That's too expensive.
And he said he went through and he showed off and how extremely nice it was inside. It looked like a rolling mansion. Then he asked the question, how much do you think this is worth now? So, because it was a used trailer, it was for sale on a lot.
Right.
It was $130,000. It's 8 years old. How much do you think it's worth now?
Right. It's not worth much.
It's worth about $30,000 now.
Right. Yeah. Which is why I'd never buy one new.
But buying one used. See, here's the thing: if you buy a motorhome, now you're stuck with something that has an engine in it. And you have to worry about that being an 8-year-old motorhome that's been beat to death. Where if you get a 8-year-old fifth wheel at a fraction of its original price, then you just have to get a used truck to go with it. But if the engine goes bad in the truck, then you just trade that in for a new truck, where it's more difficult to get rid of an entire motorhome.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
I don't know. Like I said, it's fruitless dreaming at this point. So
I just sent you guys a link. This is what I was trying to talk Kim into, and using this as justification of when she gets a new vehicle and I am free to explore. No pun intended.
You're going full redneck.
Possibly. I could get a pickup, and then we get one of those campers, which when you get to the camp, you just crank it up and
drop the legs and go.
Yep.
Yeah, they're just not. My only thing with them is that they just don't have the room that I'm looking for, because I'm old and I want something that has plenty of room. So, I'm old and feeble. I don't want to have to crawl. So, I want my comfort.
Well, dude,
I need comfort.
These things are huge, though.
Well, they're big, but
I'm looking at one. I'm looking at one that's got a pop out. For God's sakes.
Well,
that's okay.
Yeah, no,
I mean, you, man.
No, it's nice. So which one has the pop out? Because I didn't see the pop out.
Now you're gonna make me.
And if they have, interior, this guy's hauling a tiny house.
I tell you, if someone had a truck and they didn't want a fifth wheel, just wanted to haul something, I would highly recommend a No Boundaries 9.1.
I don't know.
It's a travel trailer. That technically it's a toy hauler, but the big thing for me is it actually has its own porch.
Yeah. I've looked at we watched the Going RV show that's on, Outdoor Network all the time. And so we see all these, and I watch the Big RV and all the other stuff. So, we're very familiar with what we'd be interested in. And, there's tons of options out there. So
Yep.
if you want something, you can find something. That's for darn sure. I mean,
Yeah. And every single one of them, no matter what brand it is going to be made like crap.
That's like there was an article. I think I don't know if I put it up here or not. Yeah, so I did put it up here. There's a new trend, evidently, that Americans are shelling out 30. Yeah, things do look bigger in pictures. Tell me about it. Yeah.
What's up, Bugsy? Can't remember, like the one on Burn Peak on YouTube. Okay.
Americans are shelling out $30,000 to put up pop-up backyard home offices during the pandemic, according to some. Sarah Fryer is a real estate agent, and I guess in Boulder, Colorado, one of her listings is including a prefabricated office in the backyard. And the reason why is because it doesn't require zoning permits or anything, or specific work permits to be able to put up structures, that only need electricity, don't need plumbing or anything, that's less than 120 square feet. So, they're putting up structures like this for separate bedrooms, or for like this, which are freestanding office locations for the work from home warriors. Now,
so guess what? Depending on where you live, that right there, that one you're looking at, man, if you put one of those up without a permit in my town, your ass is gonna. Man, listen.
Yeah,
they're gonna come after you hard.
Well, yeah, depending upon where you live. Like I said, it's all based upon your local permits and everything. So don't take our word for it that it's okay in your location. But the average build in Boulder, Colorado, evidently from Studio Shed, is $20,000 to $30,000. And Bugsy saying, there's a family that converted a school bus into a home. Yeah, there's tons of videos out there about converting, microbuses, school buses.
One of the most famous ones, actually, I saw it. They had like a show. It was on display at one of the the home and flower garden show or some ridiculous thing right by my house. That was actually very impressive.
Yeah, if you like that kind of thing, you can also find where people have turned. Juan, you need that for your father-in-law. You can also see things where people have taken storage containers and changed those into outdoor, living areas and things like that. None of this is new. They're just saying that because of the pandemic, people are turning to, they're trying to figure out ways to create additional space in their home or on their property. And these are things that they're thinking of. I mean, I had a garage built, or shed for the Homeowners Society, a shed built in my backyard because I was running out of space in my garage. It's something that you do because you're starting to run out of space. And now I just had to go out and buy some materials so that I can build a desk, because one of the grandkids is going to start Zoom school, which you'd think would be a school for superheroes, but no, it's actually how we're going to be doing school for elementary students here. He's going to be doing Zoom school from my house. So, it's going to be interesting trying to have kids back in the house, but yet semi-homeschooling. I don't know what you want to call it when kids are at home doing that. So, Mike and Colin, I know you guys don't necessarily have to deal with that. Although, Colin, I don't know, are your folks dealing with grandkids having to do school from their house?
So the schools are completely from home. So my nephews are both staying home, and my sister works for the school district. But since everybody's staying home, and so all three of them are doing school over the internet right now.
Right, and they're actually old enough anyway where they could probably be at home by themselves if they needed to anyway. But
yeah, one is starting junior high, the other is starting high school.
Yeah, so I mean they're of an age, but I mean you look at the difficulties in pulling this off. I mean, you know, the grandkids, one's in the second year of kindergarten or preschool, and one is going into kindergarten this year. So you know, it's hell. If you've got a family where both parents work, you've now created a very difficult situation for them. Where if the kids have to do school from home, basically, you know, even though both parents may be able to work, it's not possible for them to work because somebody has to stay home with the kids. So we've talked about it before, and we don't want to belittle the point about how, you know, difficult coronavirus is on the family, but it is difficult. So, you know, it's something to definitely continue to think about as, you know, this happens.
And that was a plan. That was a plan originally that my nephews were going to be going over and staying with grandparents for school. But and if they do go into school like partial, then that might still happen.
Yeah, and that's, you know, the hybrid plan, as they call it. You know, that's something else that schools were talking about. I mean, for a while, the schools here were talking about going, you know, partial in class and then partial out of class. But then at the last minute, they kind of changed the plans. And from my understanding, even the teachers didn't know what was really going to happen until, you know, right up till the moment when school was going to pull the trigger. And then
get this, Mike. The superintendent of the school district got COVID.
Not surprised. I am not surprised. I'm not. Look, this is one of those times where in a way, I'm thankful that we don't have kids, because, I mean, Kim and I were talking about it. We were like, look, I don't get involved in the conversation because the first response when it comes to schools is, oh, well, you don't have kids, so what do you know?
Yeah.
All right, you know what? I'm not going to get into that. But one, I do know that if we were in that situation, our kids would technically or technology-wise would be probably the most prepared.
Yeah. Out
of any kids in the school. No problem there. But
Well, see, I thought the same thing. I'm like, well, our grandkids will be great because, you know, computers, no problem, right? Internet, not a problem here. But then the school's like, okay, but they need to use our tablets. And I'm like, okay, well, now you've just created a reliance that I cannot assist you with, you know, that I can't take a burden off of you with. You know, you've taken away part of your support network. It should be, hey, use your own stuff if you can. We have tablets if you don't have anything. You know, you've just created a financial obligation on your side and a support thing on you that I cannot take the burden off of you with. You know, because I'd be fully willing to do that, but you just took on this whole work. And so, you know, I don't necessarily understand that. Why they thought that they needed to handle it that way. Because I guarantee there are going to be problems.
They feel that it is a issue of fairness. That all the kids are using the exact same device.
Well, okay, so it's basically a NASCAR theory that all the kids have to have the same setup.
Mm-hmm.
So that nobody has an advantage. I get that.
I kind of get it, but they're sabotaging themselves in the process.
But it comes down to the equality thing, because not every family is going to be able to afford the HD webcam and blue microphone to do their Zoom calls. You know,
I understand that part.
And I know that's probably a piss poor example, but
I mean, but even to that point, they're not providing internet to every household. You know, so they can only control. No, they can only control to such a degree anyway. So why not allow some of us that are capable the opportunity to free up some of their funding to further help the students that don't have anything? You know?
And you do bring up an interesting point. Like, if you had enough families that said, no, we have the electronics we need, we don't need a tablet, would that create enough of a surplus that they could upgrade for the kids who really need it?
Yeah.
You do raise an interesting point.
You know, they don't do that during the regular school. They don't do that during the regular school. They don't hand everybody a backpack full of school supplies and say, here are all your school supplies. You know, they leave it up to the parents.
They give everybody the same textbook.
No, they don't do that. Well, I mean, they do to a point, but everything else is left up to the parents all the time. So, I mean, you know, it's just give everybody the access to the same material, but how they use it is up to them. You know,
I think the bigger issue here is why were schools pressing so hard to open up? Like, New Jersey was very, very, we're opening schools in September. And then the teachers pushed back and said, you can't make us go full time unless you meet certain demands.
Yeah.
The teachers union pushed back. And then the simple answer is the governors were pushing to open schools back up, because if they didn't, they would lose federal funding. And I think that is a huge, huge problem. Huge problem. And I'm not blaming Mr. Huge himself, because I don't think he actually understands just how huge the problem was. It's the people that work for him in his huge administration.
well, yeah, I mean, definitely, I think that, you know, there's plenty of blame to go around. My question is, why? Because my big issue is the schools waited until the last minute to bother making a plan. Why didn't they have lots of plans? Lots of plans ready to go. And then, then they could wait to say, okay, this is the situation we're in. We pull this plan and we run with it.
All right, so,
you know,
Cisco, he's in the same boat, no kids. So, this is an interesting one. Don't forget the no PJ rule. Let's talk about this one too.
Yeah.
So not only did they have the dress codes, but now in New Jersey, there was one of the school districts sent out contracts to the parents that the parents had to sign saying they would not eavesdrop or listen in while the Zoom conferencing teaching was going on.
Okay, we didn't get that, but we did get the no PJ thing. And, you know, I have to say, did anybody else see the clip of the mom who walked behind the student during the Zoom class smoking a joint? And then realized she was on camera and went whoopsie daisy.
But so somebody did point out, like, there was one where the kid was taking his Zoom class and his father's hunting rifles were like to the side in the background, and people went nuts about it. Somebody pointed out the flip side to this. If the first time you catch a teacher and you see a wine bottle like in the background, like even if they have like a mini bar like off to the side, and you see a bottle that could be decorative or whatever, there's going to be a shitstorm around that too.
Yeah.
I really hate to say this, but it's time to to the movie.
Damn it! It's been taken down.
Frack.
Darn it! I was trying to find the video of that mom, and unfortunately, it's been pulled down by the. Oh wait, hold on! I got it! Awesome, cool. All right. So hold on. You gotta see this, because this is hilarious. Okay, so.
Oh, there we go.
So here it is. So here is the kid. They're supposedly on Zoom. So anyway, that was funny. So
Shay, just to clarify one thing, they did give out internet to at least 1,000 students.
okay. Well, yeah,
They were Verizon wireless mobile hotspots.
right. Yeah, I knew they did some, but I mean, it's just I don't know.
Well, I saw
Before
just
we
a side
get
note, and
yeah, go ahead.
I don't want to go down this road real much, but I saw an article today that as a result of all of this, there were kids that didn't have internet at home that were going to sit outside of the Taco Bell down the block from their house because it had free Wi-Fi. They were sitting outside doing their homework, and DIFUS got involved. But the parents knew the kids were there. They didn't have a choice. The kids needed internet in order to do their homework, and they couldn't sit in the restaurant unless they bought something every day, and they couldn't afford to do that. The restaurant workers finally said, "No, come in. You can use the table, please. It's fine now that we know the story." But that's so not surprised. In Florida, the kids went to school. Florida, man. Okay.
Okay, so before we get to the reviews, which by the way, this is the part of the show where we get into what we call the double feature movie review, where we talk about two movies that were recommended to us by Amazon Prime, YouTube Video, Vudu, Tubi, you name it, we watch it. We basically are trying to find the diamonds in the rough, if you will. So those movies that you otherwise would pass right by, the movies that you wouldn't even think to watch, but that would be recommended to you by those services. So the two movies that we have to watch tonight, we're watching for tonight, was Highway to Havasu and Sunset Limousine, because unfortunately we had them to watch for last show, and I didn't have a chance to watch them. So we went ahead and just rolled them forward into this week. And so that's what we're going to be talking about. So the guys have had another couple weeks.
Just to say before we get into that, so we did start talking about the theme song idea.
Yes.
So everybody who is listening, come up with ideas for words that might show up in a PTR theme song, and let us know.
Yes. But before we get into Sunset Limousine and Highway to Havasu, real quick, did either one of you guys watch the finale of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, the third in the series, yet?
No.
Yes, I watched it first.
Okay, Mike has not seen it yet, so therefore, Mike, maybe not for this, but for just your own edification. I don't know if you were a big Bill and Ted fan or not, but I would recommend that you watch it. It's available via means if you're interested. I will say I did enjoy it. It brought back a lot of nostalgia, and it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be.
So
I think it's very much like the universe knocked on their door and said, you need to make a new Bill and Ted movie, and it needs to be exactly like this. And they went out and they made a movie that was exactly that. It wasn't anything less. It wasn't anything more. It just was exactly what it needed to be.
Yep.
Very good.
So real quick, I did watch Stargirl.
Okay.
And I'm hooked. I am hooked.
Yep.
today, because it now moved to Netflix, I watched a couple of episodes of Cobra Kai,
Okay.
and I'm hooked on that now as well. Which is good because a lot of my shows are just ending now. So
Yeah.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. ended.
Yeah. So
The 100 is ending. But please, let's just...
okay. So which one are we going to discuss first? Sunset Limousine or Highway to Havasu?
I don't give a shit.
We're just going to get rid of Highway first.
Okay, Colin, I will let you kick off the ball with Highway to Havasu.
I'd be happy to. So, Highway to Havasu is a movie I've watched 10 minutes of, and that's it. I stopped watching it. That's my review. Don't watch that movie.
So, Colin, is this getting a...
Did not finish.
Is it getting a DNF or not a real movie?
Oh, it's almost both. But just so you know, we got as far as the bottomless restaurant and gave up.
Okay.
The Teas Beware, bottomless restaurant and bar. Yes. All right, I'll let Mike go next. Highway to Havasu, Mike.
This movie has 44 trivia points on IMDb. That is more than any other movie we watched this year. You'd think that'd be a good thing. No. The teacher. Somebody look it up right now. That teacher in high school was in some Skinamax movie, I'm sure. Back when softcore porn dominated the after midnight cable TV. Little dude never drove before, but he's going to start with this big-ass Class A RV. Sure. Worst green screen ever for the RV scenes. Just FYI. This thing, between the bathroom scene and the pink thing, this is now officially as bad as that casino hooker movie that it took a whorehouse to raise a kid. Why are these guys wearing black pantyhose for the first 30 minutes of this movie? Explain that to me. Now they're just driving in there. Can somebody please put on some pants? I can't believe I have to say this. He wakes up and has board shorts on. How did that happen? He was just sitting in his underwear. Now he's got jams on from and the song they're playing is like a dollar store version of Blink 182. During the check-in scene. And normally I know the Blair household likes to take great pleasure while watching some of these movies to try and figure out how is Mike reacting to this. During the check-in scene, Mike took great pleasure wondering how the Blair family was reacting to this. And wondering just how many of the Blairs decided to walk out by now. We have our answer. It's all of them. The ice cream shop scene. Shaggy, you are a hair trigger away from getting your movie edition privileges revoked. Because I know this was you. Room service scene. Now I know Mama Blair's head is exploding and everyone is cursing Shaggy. I had to take a shit, but I can't. You frustrate the shit into me. I'm just going to leave that right there for a second. And of course, the credit scene's gone. Make me sit through more of this crap with bloopers because, you know, look, dude, verb. Okay? Verb. I can't give this a puke because there were some funny parts. But do not watch this movie unless, one, you already mistakenly have it on your hard drive, and two, have no internet access to find real porn.
All right.
I think this was actually better than the strippers praising the kid one.
What do you mean? Why do you think it was better? I don't understand what you're talking about. No way
It
this
was
could have been
less of
better
a
than that.
porn movie. It was more of a porn movie than the strippers with the kid one.
Dude, your ex-girlfriend is here and have us here. They gotta be a good movie.
All right. So, watching this movie, I already know Collins pulled the ripcord and thinks it's a full-on porno movie. Great date night choice. All right. Wife and I watching this thing. Let's see. All right. Okay. It's just stupid so far. Not getting any better. Huh. Okay. Road trip movie now. Cool. Okay, we got a pissed off teacher because they stole his RV. All right, he's going to have to chase him down at some point. I know that's going to get some comedy rolling in here and everything. Ooh, little kid just flipped him off. That's not cool. Okay, and now they're going into a bottomless bar. Certainly, it must be topless, too. I mean, who ever heard of just a bottomless bar? Oh, not topless. That's interesting. Gets yelled at for showing her tatas. Ooh, booby shake. Never heard of that before, but that looks fun. I have to say, inner child, very happy. Okay. Looking up right now. Wife says this looks as stupid as anything else we've ever picked before, and asks the obligatory question, who the hell picks these things? Can't tell her it's me. Mike picked it.
Thanks a lot.
And
Jackass.
so, all right. Movie's not terrible, though. Okay, scene in the hotel room once they've lost each other, which I don't understand. All right, that's a bit much, even for me. No, American Pie scenes would have been better. But whatever. Repairman, laundry, maid, everything else. That's a bit much of an audience, even for me. And then, like, short nerd kid glommed onto, like, Yoda of the Poontang, and nobody cares that he's just gone for days on end. I don't get it. Don't get it. And that guy is very, very, like, I don't know. But he liked showing him that hip thrust an awful lot. Taco talk, whatever. But cute glasses, girl. I dig that. All right. And then, I thought maybe she was using him for, to get back at her boyfriend, but not. It turns out it's brother. That's weird. Okay, so not as much of a weird turn at the end as I thought. Interesting movie. Overall. But where the hell is the coach or whatever that they stole the RV from? Why did he not pursue them the whole damn movie? Why even bother with that scene? I don't get that. Other than just to see a little girl flip somebody off and say a curse word. That was totally useless. You could have cut that out and saved another 3 or 4 minutes and dedicated them to boobs. I don't get it. But appreciate the nip slip at the end. That's quality. Okay, so it's getting a meh from me. I know you think it deserves higher from me, and you think that I would have given it higher, but it gets a meh. Because, honestly, it was better than Strippers in Vegas movie, or whatever it is, because cinematically, at least it was shot well. It was shot, and the sound was good, and it didn't skip around, and, but there was some really creepy parts, like the guy in the boat yard that they got the really stupid pontoon boat from, and the ice cream shop scene. Cut those out. We don't need them. You could save a good 20 minutes. But that's what I think. Just a meh.
Why can't I find what Colin and I agreed? What movie was that we agreed on that was not a real movie? It disappeared. Anyway, so listen, before we move on to the next one, I got some stuff here. So apparently Juan is mad you tapped out. Mama Blair was wrong. You didn't love it.
Well, I liked it, though. I mean, it was better than I thought it was going to be.
Bugsy is still scarred from Game Over, man. First of all, we didn't make you watch nothing.
No, we just suggest it.
And Game Over, man. Okay, let me go back and find that one real quick because Colin rated that a puke, ironclad puke to be precise. I rated that a verp and Shaggy rated that a meh. What did we do here? Shaggy rated a meh, which was the same. I rated a verp, which is the same. Colin didn't even get further. This was worse than Game Over, man.
Yeah, it was. So good choice for her not to watch it.
We did you a favor.
Mm-hmm. So next up, Sunset Limousine. Struggling stand-up comic. They needed the murder toilet. Yeah.
Of course.
Struggling stand-up comic Alan O'Black moonlights as a limousine driver and gets mixed up in a client's shady business deal. All right, Colin, we'll let you go first again.
So, yeah, this is another in our long line of made-for-TV movies. I don't think this was supposed to be a TV show, but I couldn't really find any good information about it. All I know is it was made for TV. It starred John Ritter and also had an appearance by Martin Short, who I'm not sure where that was in Martin Short's career, but it's a nice little bit part, kind of a Bill Murray-esque showing up in somebody else's movie kind of thing. Yeah, I had never heard of this movie, and it's about a stand-up comic who he gets kicked out by his girlfriend, and that plot line, I don't know, that never really made much sense because they kind of got back together just in the middle of it, but he decides to get a job in addition to being a stand-up comic, and he is now a limo driver in L.A. And I gotta say, stand-up comic who's doing limo driving in L.A., that actually sounds like a good idea for a movie. I would say this is one of those movie plot ideas that probably could be reused to good effect. Hijinks happen, bad guys chasing around, very much a MacGuffin, and when you find out what the MacGuffin actually is, you're like, okay. Then you have to tell me what it was. It was just a MacGuffin. That's all that matters. But yeah, it was a good time. I enjoyed watching it. If it was on and I was being forced to watch it again, I wouldn't be mad. So I'm going to give this a smile.
All right. Okay, Mike, you're up.
Okay. I have to say that watching this movie just makes me realize how much I miss John Ritter. He was a treasure. Tape recorder and a microphone. That right there was the birth of On the Road Again. Dental engineering. What in the hell is dental engineering? It's your typical early 80s TV movie. You see, all of these folks were stars on some other show. So the network puts them all together thinking that would immediately be a hit. It's kind of like if you take, a top shelf liquor like Hennessy and mix it with fresh lemon juice and top shelf triple sec. You think it would be, but it's really not a good mix. The mall. Is that the same mall that they filmed Weird Science in? I think it is. Side note, because I watch this on Vudu, I don't mind the commercials here so much because I watched this right after I was watching, I think, the latest episode of The 100 on CW's website. And I didn't hear Lauren Gray sing a single word song about being alone while pimping out Lenovo laptops during any of the commercial breaks here on Vudu or IMDb, whichever one this was on. I don't know. There's nothing like an old 1980s car chase through downtown LA to signify just when your movie was actually made. A bar fight. This dude threw Paul Reiser, of all people, through the air onto a table. Now, Paul Reiser is no David Arquette. But Paul Reiser is absolutely fine going through this table. So, okay. I mean, look, it got a smirk. It's a typical 80s TV movie. That's the long and short of it. It was mildly entertaining, and John Ritter.
Okie doke. My turn, I guess. All right. So I watched this today while I was kind of working, so it's most fresh in my mind. But, you know, this definitely was a made-for-TV movie. And while I was watching this, the ins and outs of the comedy scene are really what got to me the most, not the limo driving or anything else, although the limo driving was a fun, you know, vehicle for some of his adventures and things like that. And I have to say I did like the cast. I mean, it was very interesting to see, okay, so you get George Kirby and you Martin Short and Paul Reiser and John Ritter, and you think, okay, this should be a great movie, right? This should be a great movie with all that star power in there. And, you know, because I really like Paul Reiser and John Ritter. And I was thinking, boy, you get those two together and this should be just explosive. And it wasn't. Honestly, if John Ritter hadn't been in this movie, it would have been a bomb. It would have been ridiculous if they'd have cast anybody else other than John Ritter. It's only Ritter's comedic timing and his sincerity of the part and everything else that actually makes this movie watchable. I mean, Paul Reiser just plays the part that he has great. Don't get me wrong, but his part's very small in this. Martin Short plays the Martin Short character pretty much. I mean, he plays himself in every one, you know. It's like Vince Vaughn. I mean, Vince Vaughn plays Vince Vaughn in every movie that Vince Vaughn's in. Martin Short plays Martin Short in every movie that he's in pretty much. But John Ritter made this part come alive. We talk about it all the time. A horrible script can be made better by good actors, and that's exactly what happened here. John Ritter showed us, hey, a struggling comedian who's working the back room suddenly gets his break into the front room, but then life is crazy, so, you know, that happens. But just like all the critics said when they reviewed this originally, the Ocula Star Banner, the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, The Age, the People, they all basically said, listen, John Ritter was the star of the show because he took garbage and he made it look good. All right? The movie itself is ho-hum. It's okay. But John Ritter is what actually made this something that we could actually watch. So, I can't really give this, honestly, more than a smile because of that. So it gets a smile from me because of Ritter's performance, not because of anything else. So that's what I have to give it.
Yep.
Oh,
It's a very true. I think your review is pretty spot on there, Shane.
Yep. All right. So with that said, we have to work on what our next round of movies will be. And for that, I don't need the developer tools for Chrome. I just need random.org. You guys ever get a new keyboard and suddenly you're mistyping crap all the time? That's exactly what happens to me. All right. So, Mike, what are we up to now?
Wait, hold on a minute, because somehow Rose did not. Shit. Hold on. Detail shift up. 34.
34. 16. Right in the middle.
Oh, this is gonna suck. I'm sure. Valentine's Day.
Okay.
The Tripwire it's on Netflix. The Tripwire is a modern lover exposed in a carousel involving relationships and a single. This was back when they decided that they were going to make ensemble movies about every damn holiday because they had this, they had New Year's Eve.
Is it Gary Marshall's ensemble? Is it 2010?
What?
Hey,
Is it
Mike, 20 needs to come off.
Do what? Oh, yeah.
20 needs to come off.
Is this from 2010 or what is it? There's a couple of different ones called Valentine's Day.
It's on net. Yeah, 2010.
Gary Marshall's ensemble romantic comedy Valentine's Day follows nearly 24 people as they find and lose love in all its many forms over the course of the title holiday. Ashton Kutcher, Jennifer Garner, Patrick Dempsey, Bradley Cooper, Julia Roberts, Hector Elizondo, and Shirley MacLaine. You know, Queen Latifah, Topher Grace, Anne Hathaway, Perry Siebert, Rovi, somebody else. This is Kathy Bates. So this is a full-fledged, supposed to be a modern great movie because it's got all these people in it. But evidently it did not do very good, but will be the final score of whether it was any good or not. And 33.
33. Sorry, I got assholes actually trying to defend that Rittenhouse kid. 33. Well, apparently this is probably going to still be on there.
Yes, I think I added this one.
Ballistica. Who the hell is in this movie? Martin Cove. Robert Davi. It's on Amazon. The CIA's most dangerous weapon. Who the hell? Who's Paul Logan?
This is a 2010 film. So both of these are from 2010. This is, directed by Gary Jones with Paul Logan. A man has been trained in the deadly form of hand-to-hand combat using ballistics and firearms. He is one of the few Americans who has perfected it, which makes him the CIA's best weapon against international terrorism. Paul Logan, Martin Cove, Robert Davi, C.B. Ferrari, Andrew Devove. Let's see here. Who's Paul Logan? Who's the lead character? We would know them from Days of Our Lives, Mega Piranha,
No, we wouldn't.
Code Red, and The Horde. Was also in Atlantic Rim Resurrection.
He was?
He was Lee, evidently, in Atlantic Rim Resurrection.
Because I remember that.
I know. Mega Fault. I think we watched that one. He was in a movie called
Green.
He was in a movie called Aliens on Crack.
Oh God. So,
And another one called Cannibal Taboo.
All right, so September 14th. That's our next.
Komodo versus Cobra. Oh yeah, it looks like a fine actor. I don't know why everybody. Lethal Ladies Return to Savage Beach.
Oh no, just please stop. Please stop. Because I don't want to know anymore that this guy was in because it's probably just going to make me mad.
I added that
Oh,
one because it showed up as a suggestion after I added the previous one on the list.
How about Stripper Wives, Mike? He was in that one.
Oh God.
He played Peter Stone.
Queen Latifah. Queen Latifah was in what? The
Ballistica?
in Valentine's Day? Is that what she was in?
she was in Valentine's Day.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out what the hell Dave's talking about.
He was not.
If it has Queen Latifah, it's got to be good. She was on Living Single. Listen.
Yeah, we don't doubt that Queen Latifah is good. What we doubt is that Paul Logan is good.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. That's why some of these things were coming up. So,
What?
Paul Logan, the way they have it typed, if you look, it's one word. So it was pulling up a lot of movies that say that Logan Paul
Ah.
was in.
Ah.
So
No.
the safer bet here is just to look up Paul Logan.
Paul Logan
And
is not
see-
the same as Logan Paul, I don't think.
Son of a... Wait, no. Okay, no. Yeah, Paul Logan. Do I... really? I have to throw quotes around this to make sure that you show me the real... It's still showing me Logan Paul.
Well, maybe it's because of all those Logan Paul searches that you do, Mike.
I don't do any damn Logan Paul searches. I hate Logan Paul. Isn't he going to jail anyway? Got investigated by like the...
I couldn't tell you if he's going to jail or not, Mike. I don't follow the Pauls
Paul
like you
Logan
do.
Stone. All right, let's see. Paul Logan Stone. He was born in New Jersey. Great. Search Google for Paul Logan Stone. There he is. I still have no idea who this guy is. Okay.
Yeah,
Ah.
IMDb.
No idea. Don't care anymore. I've given up.
All your F's are used up. Don't have any more to
Yep.
give.
That is correct.
So, all right,
That
folks.
is his brother. No. Logan Paul. Paul Logan is not Logan Paul's brother. No.
Probably not. I mean, likelihood is very low.
Isn't it Jake Logan? Jake Paul. Jake Paul is his brother.
Jake from State Farm is his brother. That's what I think.
We're watching TV the other night, and Kim goes, "When did they make Jake a black man?" I said, "Years ago."
Well, did you know that the actual Jake, the original Jake, was an actual agent?
Was he really?
Yes.
Did not know that.
And the reason why they went to the Jake number 2 was because Jake number 1 got inundated with calls and he couldn't do his agent job anymore.
Oh, of course.
So they needed someone who could be dedicated towards, promotions. So they hired actor Jake to be the spokesperson for State Farm. And I'm actually working on changing my my insurance agent because I happen to be with State Farm. And locally, we have an agent named Jake. So I am switching to Jake from State Farm.
Oh, you should.
I don't know why you wouldn't. If you had an option in Springfield to go with an agent from State Farm who is named Jake, why would you not go? I mean, his website is IamJakeFromStateFarm.com. So, which is genius. So, all right. We want to thank everybody for tuning in, drinking along with us, and everything else. Thank you for being entertained by us, I guess. If you were entertained by us. If you weren't entertained by us, thank you for at least pretending that you were for the last 2 hours. We will do this again in 2 weeks, like Mike said, so we'll be back roughly on the 14th. Will be our next show. If you have recommendations for drinks that you would like us to try making, requirements are 10 ingredients or less. 10 ingredients or less is what Mike asked for. Nothing more than that, please. keep the total bill bar to less than $300, and Mike will be happy. So, but we'll take any of those suggestions. Just get a hold of us on our social media. That's at PTR Radio, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Mike's phone is already messaging him. Follow us there. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. PTRradio.com has all the information on how to do that. And, hey, you know what? If you've got pictures of your camper, go ahead and post them and tag us in it. We'd like to see what your, social distance camping in style.